Would you have waited? It's Romania Black. I couldn't wait. No, I could not wait. There are a plethora of comments about volumes 1 through 5 and volume 6 getting into, I'm sure, volume 7, but I could not wait. I had to read volume 9 because volume 8 was insane. This manga, I see why y'all want me to read it because it has been wild. And last volume, because of Lapis Lazuli's influence on Phos has slowly transformed over the course of this series from being a sweet, innocent gemstone to gaining all of these different parts. And it wasn't scary. Like, the Agate legs at first weren't scary because it's like, okay, Phos lost their legs. They lost some memory. And so they got these legs, though, and they can actually run faster. And you're like, okay, well, Phos has developed into a character that can do new things. And then when the arms were gone, I was like, oh, well, this is problematic because Phos is losing more of their parts and pieces and getting replaced. I started to get really worried when Rutile was like, the gold and platinum alloy is forcing parts of you out and we have to keep putting it back in. I was like, oh, I don't like that because that means it's forcing Phos out and it's kind of taking over. But I was like, oh, it's still okay. And then once the head was gone, and now we know the head's been ground into dust, that part of Phos is gone forever. And now Lapis Lazuli has become part of it. It's like the only thing left of Phos is the torso, is the heart and the torso. And that does give me hope that the heart of Phos is still there, but the brain is Lapis Lazuli. Like, that has all taken over. And it's weird for me to say brain because they're gemstones. They don't have anatomy like humans, so it is different. But I fully believe Lapis Lazuli's personality and the inclusions for Lapis Lazuli are in some regards taking over in parts and places with Phos. And then Phos's ambition, maybe that's why Sensei didn't want Phos to do anything, because they knew something like this could happen. I feel like Lapis Lazuli has taken over a large part of Phos because they're not acting like they used to. And they've become practically the villain of this story. Phos has become, it's like you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And that is happening with Phos. They've become the villain. They are luring all of these gemstones to the moon to try to trick Sensei. And I'm like, what are you going to do? Like, what? If you lure all the gemstones to the moon, I have a feeling that the Lunarians are going to ground them up into dust because they don't give a shit. They just want Sensei to do what they want him to do. They don't care about the gemstones. They're just using Phos. And I'm like, are you going to lure all of your gem siblings to the moon to die? And in the off chance of getting Sensei to do something, and then what? Then what? And I feel like Cinnabar is kind of like, Cinnabar is suspicious, and I'm glad they're like, I'm not going along with this. Euclase and Jade, which we'll talk about the cover here. I did look at the cover. I glanced at it on accident when I was downloading. I'm like, I might as well talk about it. But they have been in the last few volumes like, I don't know. And they know Lapis Lazuli. Like, Cairngorm unfortunately liked Lapis Lazuli a lot, so their affections have made them very biased. So they've kind of gone along with what's been going on because they liked Lapis Lazuli, and that bias has made them, you know, kind of turn a blind eye to all the shady shit happening. Whereas Jade and Euclase, especially Euclase, are like, no. So I'm so curious about that. But we got confirmation that Antarcticite's gone. Ghost Quartz is gone. All the other gems that were taking the moon are gone. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, that was a hard pill to swallow. But just watching Phos and their ambition just transform them into this like gem of the underworld working with this scary prince on the moon has been terrifying. And I'm like, no, where was my romantic couple of Phos and Cinnabar from the start of this series? It's gone now. So like, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I feel like this is such an Icarus tale, and Phos is going to do all of these things. It's going to screw everything up and make everything just the worst. And then at the last minute, Phos is going to be like, wait, you mean I did something wrong? And it'll be like, and I'm like, maybe Sensei's power should not be accessed by the Lunarians. I don't know. It is just a lot, and I could not wait to read volume 9. I was going to wait a few more days and then check the comments, and I was like, no, I want to go ahead and read volume 9, and then I'll get to those comments when we do volume 10. I just have to watch it. I have to. So yeah. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. I hope you all are as well. But in any case, we are not going to waste any more time. Thank you for watching with me. I don't know what's going to happen this volume at all, and that's terrifying. So there's that. But we're going to start volume 9 of Land of the Lustrous, and we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. So this cover, I was like, we've known Jade and Euclase have been suspicious of Phos/Lapis for quite some time. I want to keep calling them Phos, but I'm fully aware as I call them Phos that lapis lazuli is very much present in this, right? But I just can't, you know, if I stop calling them Phos, I will acknowledge that it's no longer them, and I'm not ready to do that yet. Oh, a shell with the sand. Or is it a slug? Okay. Oh, we're like in the winter time here. Oh, and there's cicada up there in the corner. Benetoit. Normal. But that's a valuable trait in this group. Yeah, right. Okay, so do we have the two sides split in half? The sides that are going to the moon versus the sides that are staying behind? I feel like that's where we're cutting it down the middle there. Okay. Cairngorm. Formerly on winter duty. There is a reason behind the furrowed eyebrows. Cairngorm seems worried because I feel like they like lapis lazuli, so they've gone they've gone to lengths to go along with everything, but I feel like maybe they think like, you're not acting like lapis. What is the wrong here? Is this the right thing to do? Am I acting because I have affection for you? Alexandrite, split personality, Mrs. Chrysoberyl, which is why they're going to the moon. Amethyst, half of a twin crystal. Ah, feels like being alone at times. Okay, so the one amethyst crystal wanted to separate from the other, which is why they wanted to go to the moon, right? But they're listed as both here. Diamond, adorable, adapts easily to new environments. Well, I don't know how that's going to work with the moon, but they want to get away from Bort because they feel like they're not special and they don't deserve to be with them. Yellow Diamond, the eldest, has a surprisingly hard time dealing with unusual circumstances. Now, Yellow Diamond, are they wanting to go to the moon? I can't remember. I thought Rutile was, but they're over on the other side, so that's interesting. Phospholite, the hero of our story, working hard. That's all we'll say. And I like that they still call Phos the hero of the story, and I'm like, are they? Are they the hero of the story, or do they think that they're the hero of the story? Ugh. Euclase, kindly and acknowledgeable, always considers what's best for everyone. Yeah, that's a good trait to bring up. It's like, is Phos acting on the best interests of all the gems, or are they acting for their own reasons? And Euclase is like, should we be a little more Euclase reminds me of a character called Pixis from Attack on Titan, a little bit. Jade is secretly puzzled by Euclase's extreme reliability. Peridot wants to sit back and make paper. Sphene wants to sit back and do woodwork. Bort feels the pressure of needing to be strong, both physically and mentally. I don't like that character introduction because they have a lot of pressure on them right now, and I don't know where that's going, so that worries me. Cinnabar understands Kongo's loneliness better than anyone. Oh, wow. Yeah. We talked about this last week with Cinnabar understanding why Kongo, their loneliness. We talked about it then, but to see it on paper here is jarring. Rutile, formerly the delinquent doctor, only thinks of Pad Paracha. Hemimorphite thinks seriously about the future, but still enjoys the present. Watermelon Tourmaline enjoys the present. And we don't have Sensei in this. Well, we don't have Sensei in this character introduction. Okay. Okay. And I don't know what this little part with the paper and all that is below. It looks like wood chippings and paper. Okay. So distant view going to the moon is with Phos, Cairngorm, Cicada, Alexandrite, the twins, Diamond, and who was the other one that was going? Okay. There's a step here. Okay. The one is the Neptunite is helping Alex. Oh, thanks. That voice Goshen. Oh, you're coming too, but you're so young. Oh, Phos did not know that Goshen was coming. I passed by Senior Cairngorm's room on my way to my bed and... Go on, hurry. Okay, I'm going to go change and get out of here. Pervert. That's when I heard you talking about going to the moon. So I want to go too. You just leave Morga like that? Well, Morga will be fine. You youngins are scary. Well, whatever. Fine. Now that that's settled. See, for Phos to say, would you leave Morga like that? And Goshen says, well, Morga will be okay. And Phos, I know Phos has to go along with it because they have the eye that's being monitored. But for them to just accept it like that and to not focus anymore on it. Oh my God. And then they brought Pad. Now, Rutile's not with them, which is interesting. So Rutile, they brought Pad as well. And they see all the hole. I love that you can see all the holes on Pad's body with the sky and everything. Interesting. I like that. If you want to turn back, this is your chance. Except for Cairngorm. Why am I the only one who doesn't get choice? Well, you're my partner, aren't you? Well, you've got a lot of nerve for a Jim who's pretty much been asleep through our whole partnership. Phos, don't worry. You're not the only one to blame here. We each made our own decision. Yeah. Agreed. Here's the thing that's scary is that by them saying that they're okay with what's happening. So Yellow Diamond's going along because of Pad. Okay. By them going along and saying that they're okay with this, that and Phos with the little like sweat drop there, it kind of Phos, if they wanted to later on, I'm not saying that they're going to do this, but they could use that as being like, well, they chose to come. They chose. I told them they could turn back without being, you know, truthful about all that was going to go on. I feel like that could be turned and used as an excuse later. Also, Cairngorm looks terrified. Cairngorm looks like they don't want to be here and they are scared and they're only going along because it's Lapis Lazuli. Now that I think about it, I can't go to the moon. Oh, not with all my responsibilities here. And I definitely cannot take Pad with me. Without me, who would be here to fix everyone? I want to get Pad Paratsha moving again. I want to reclaim that gem's worth with my own hands. I'd at least like to get Sensei's permission. If the answer is no, maybe I'll leave Pad Paratsha and go myself. So does Rutile not know that Yellow Diamond took Pad with them? Does Root? I didn't make that connection last volume. Does Pad? Oh. Sensei Phos is gone, and so are Daya and Yellow, and several others are missing too. Oh, Rutile. Oh, shit. Oh, no! And they took Pad. Oh. I mean, we've talked about the fact that when gyms crack, it's like the stress and anxiety and like, you know, literally face crack. That piece of slag. Rutile uke to the Cape of Emptiness. Oh, boingy boingy. Oh my God, Rutile. I've never actually touched a Lunarian before. Boingy boingy, fluffy fluffy. It feels strange. This is Cicada, who's actually very nice despite appearances. You're way too buddy-buddy with the moon people. So, Phos, why did we bring Pad Paratsha? Why did we bring Pad Paratsha? Oh. I don't want Rutile to have to work so hard. But that's Rutile's whole life. That's their purpose. They don't mind doing it because they love them. Oh my God. Oh, Phos, you can't be making decisions for people based on who you think they like or not. That's what Pad said, right? Well, I don't know. It sounds like something Pad would say, but I don't think they meant that. Can we look outside? Oh. Daya, you can still... I'm fine. That gem does stand out even from this distance. Wow, and everybody's talking to Bort and all of them, and they're all terrified. And just trying to scramble and figure out what's going on. And then Cinnabar and Phos looking at each other. Why would you do this, show? Series, why would you do this? Why? Oh, it's just as heartbreaking as I felt it would be. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. High hopes. Oh my God. Maybe it's fine. Maybe nothing bad will happen to the gemstones. Maybe the Lunarians will be fine with them being there and they'll be like, you know what? You can settle here. I know we've killed all of your kindred and that's fine, but maybe you guys are fine. Oh, wow. Wow. With all of the petals and everything and the prince. Oh, with this fanfare. Greetings, lustrous ones. Welcome back. We're happy to have you. Yeah, that's a Lunarian too. It's talking, right? Right. Mia. It's embarrassing. Would you please not call me by that name? You and your hang-ups. These are the gems I convinced to come with me. Benitoite, Alexandrite, Goshenite, Diamond, Cairngorm, Yellow Diamond, 33 of the Amethyst Twin Crystal. Okay, so the other one. Actually, I'm 84. Oh, so they're like, I'm the other one. Really? Really? Well, sorry for mixing you up. Oh, no. You were right. I felt bad making my twin go to the moon, so I switched my hair and tried to trick you. And now here I am. Oh, I'm sorry for deceiving you. No, I'm sorry. Thank you, General. Of course. This is Padparatsha, who might wake up if we plug up all these holes. It would be best to use minerals from the same family with no inclusions. I understand. I believe we have some lab-grown corundum in stock. Bring me all of our finest warm-colored samples, and I will examine the gem personally. You'll have to leave Padparatsha with me. Is that all right? As long as there's no smashing. Oh, don't worry. I won't be pulverizing this one. If I were the other gems standing there, I'd be like, oh, pulverizing. Not this one. What about, what are we pulverizing? Or any of you. You may spend your time here as you see fit. What would you like to do about Alexandrite's unique condition? Surely you don't intend to keep that blindfold on. I'll discuss it with Lex. I understand. Here's the thing. Alexandrite lost their friend Chrysoberyl to the moon people and was ground up. So I don't know if Alexandrite or Cairngorm, for that matter, or Yellow Diamond, who have all lost people to the moon, are going to be okay with just sitting around and living in the lap of luxury when their friends are literally beneath their feet ground up. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Now, if you'll excuse me, lustrous ones, I hope you'll make yourselves at home. Oh, and now, first, there's something I need to tell you all. Oh, is that a teardrop that fell? Yeah, Yellow Diamond's all cracked. This is what happened to all the older gems. Yes. Oh, buddy. They were ground into powder and strewn across the moon. The pieces that we previously took back from the Lunarians gave us so much hope and despair, but they were all fakes. It was all part of the Lunarians' plot. They gave us fake pieces that were made here. That's why, no matter how long we waited, we were never able to fully repair a single gem. That's all part of the plan I told you about, their plan to get Sensei working again. Well, hey, come on, do you actually believe everything that HMS told you? I wouldn't trust a word that Lunarian says. I agree, but not everything I heard was a lie. I asked Sensei directly if the tool for humans thing was true, and Sensei confirmed it. Seriously. I wish I could have asked a lot more questions. But I'm way scared of Sensei, much, much more so than I was before. I just couldn't do it. Are you sure that it's not just because you felt guilty? Oh, Lex. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you before we left. I didn't think you would believe me. Oh, wow. I'll talk to HME about putting everyone back together, but that's not possible. They just told you that. When? What? You haven't already? Well, you know, I needed to get the Lunarians or HME to trust me enough. Otherwise, it would have been tough to negotiate anything. Now, they talked about previously that the gemstones that had been brought to the moon went crazy or destroyed themselves. I won't be surprised if some of them do that here. But they bring up such a great point. They're like, well, Phos, why didn't you ask them to do that originally? Like, what you're saying is pretty manipulative and deceptive. Like, you know. All right, I'm going. It's at the intersection. I thought if they came to the moon voluntarily, if our friends were here with us, if I explained everything and showed that there's a way to fix it, that none of them would fall apart. Is it really okay to let that creeper know my ultimate goal? I have to be sure not to let on how important it is. And I'll have to choose my words carefully. I'm glad that she still thinks that Mia is a creeper, because there were definitely some like shippy vibes in the last volume, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about Phos becoming like the dark underworld queen to his princeliness. But I'm glad that Phos still says creep. Oh. Oh. You're phospholite, right? I recognize your alloy arms already. I can't believe you're really using Lapis's head. It's like Mia told me. Would you please not call me that? It's embarrassing. Sorry. But you betrayed Sensei. That's a bold move. I thought I warned you to tread carefully. It's too hard to predict what will happen. But my body's in better shape than it's ever been, so I give up. I'll be doing a post-op exam later, and I'd like to get some data. Try to avoid any strenuous movement for the next 2 or 3 days. Oh, will do. I'm glad to see you. I really am. Can you change gems back from powder, too? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm curious to know if the longevity of this with Pat is going to be a thing, or if it's just a temporary fix to gain their trust. But that little melding, yeah, whenever there's like the wispy of the oil, it seems like Phos has gotten under his skin. I'll try. Really, however, it won't be nearly as easy as fixing Pad Paratsha. It will take a staggering amount of time to accomplish. Not a problem. Does that cover all your demands? Yes. Oh. Then allow me to state mine. And he goes back to his prince form. As you can see, we have not yet returned to nothing. But if you return to nothing, you can't bring the gems back. So I have high hopes that your next move will yield results. What is this back and forth with these two? Oh my God. It's just like this is like a mafia meeting. He's like, well, I can see that you've not gotten Sensei working. So, I mean, I guess we could work on turning the gems back to dust, but you're not really meeting our demands. So you're asking an awful lot of us. Oh my God. One day. I like the leaf in front of Sensei's eye, and it's the eye that was taken from Phos. Oh. Sensei, you're awake. Oh. Oh, the other one of amethyst. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh. Can you walk? Yes. Oh my God, but Red Barrel went to search the cliffs at the shore of Nascency and hasn't come back. Rutile went into the sea at the Cape of Emptiness. Sensei, I was the first one Phos tried to recruit. If I had, it isn't your fault. Bort went deeper into the water. Oh. Is this everyone? No one did anything wrong. Cinnabar. I'm glad you came. Please come a little closer. A little closer. There's something that I cannot tell you. It's about myself. To you, it may sound impossibly confusing and illogical in the extreme. There are things I am forbidden to communicate, so I cannot tell you everything no matter how hard I try. but I will tell you everything I am able to, and I hope you will listen. I love the fact that Sensei knows he can't tell everything. He's like, I can't speak. I can't communicate. There's something preventing me from saying everything to you. I have a lock on my speech, but I'll tell you what I know. I wasn't born the same way any of you were. What the Lunarians want is by ancient life forms to, in other words, they want me. Everything would be solved if I were no longer with you. But I cannot destroy myself. And as you all know, it is extremely difficult for outside forces to damage me. After I was alone on the Earth's surface for many years. And then one day, that's the idea that Kongo is like, I've tried to destroy myself and I can't do it. Your kind appeared, a new form of mineral life. Red Diamond was the first to be born. Oh. The physical makeup and structure of this new creature were similar to my own, and I recognized it as a life form closer to myself than any I had encountered before. At the same time, its outward appearance and mannerisms shared many similarities with those of the ancient creature's young. I determined that I should take this creature in and provide it with a healthy, civilized lifestyle. Oh. Of it like sewing and it doesn't want to eat. And it teaching. Why are we different colors? Your red color is caused when nitrogen gets into the crystal structure during the growth process and creates a deficiency in carbon atoms, creating the extremely rare red. I want to be the same as you. Oh. A halide mineral made of fluorine and calcium. It's called fluorite. Its chemical makeup is rather different from ours, but let's help. This one is soft. We'll need a facility to provide shelter from sand and dust. We'll carve out that large quartz stone and make ourselves a place to live. And that brings us to today. You all have given me so much happiness. I wanted to give you a new, pure land. To this day, I have searched for a way to solve all of this, but limited as I am, all I've done is prolong a war which you are the victims, maintaining a status quo that is far from my ideal. I am truly sorry. As of now, I want you to leave me and go, you beautiful, lustrous life forms. You may follow the Jim who was once phospholite, one of your own. That is the path you may choose. I love that Sensei says that was once phospholite, like they're not phospholite anymore. I want to cry. I want to cry. That was so... that all Kongo knew what to do was just make some place that was safe. And not be alone. I'm curious if there is still a reason that Sensei doesn't want to go to the moon and be used by the Lunarians. I'm still curious about that, like why they don't, like if their programmer, if the doctor that made them said under no circumstances can you go to the moon, and that's part of their programming. But oh my God, are they going to go or not though? The things I have done to you can never be forgiven. I recommend that you follow your fellow gems and remove me from your lives. Oh, Cinnabar. Phospholite is not one of us. That traitor found easy targets to test and deceive. It was devious and arrogant. I could never follow such a coward. There is a strong possibility that the alliance with the moon is only temporary. I suspect Phospholite's ultimate goal is to rescue all of you from this twisted and primitive world that I have created. Phospholite is right. Go to the moon. Please. I feel like Cinnabar, who's on the other side of Kongo, that Cinnabar wanted to say, I'm not going to leave you. I don't want you to be alone. And then Bort was like, mad. Oh, wow. Oh, all the paper, all the sheets. It's nice to meet you, Kongo. You've lived a very long life. It must have been so hard. My name is Euclase, and I suggest a do-over starting today. The things I have done to you can never be forgiven. There is no way to redo them. If we all cut ties to the past just because it's a twisted one, then we will be young and immature forever. If we start now and work together as different beings to make up for each other's shortcomings, we should get different results this time. What do you think? Tolerance and equality. Those were held up as ideals in ancient times, but they never lasted long. I know what you're saying. You're trying to say you think my idea is a little naive. I cannot make that decision. Oh dear. Well, I think it's a better idea than Phos's. Would you mind waiting a moment? I haven't used this function in a long while. Function? It doesn't work very well. Assuming that the correctness of Phosphorite's actions is outside of our predictive capabilities, and considering that your proposal is an unprecedented one, befitting future life forms, then for the time being, I'll allow it. Then once again, nice to meet you, Kongo. Oh, Yuke! I beg your pardon. The official name that was given to me is Kongo Daiji Insho Jizo Botsatsu. I can touch all of you directly without triggering the hypersensitive reaction that shatters you. This is the one thing I intentionally hid from you, and I am sorry. By nature, I am more suited to taking a subordinate role. I look forward to working under you. Don't be our subordinate, be our equal. I've seen your darkness. I will try. The hardest thing for me was to act like a leader in front of you all. Oh my God, Euclase! How did Euclase just become one of my favorite gemstones? How did Euclase just rise up there and just come in and be like, this is bullshit. We're not going to go to the moon. We don't think Phos is in the right. It makes so much sense now with Kongo saying, I'm not made to be a leader. I was a robot that was created essentially to serve someone else. And now I'm acting on my own and I'm not good at it. I had to make sure I was always scowling. Oh, then they cracked a little bit. Oh, what are we going to do about Pad Paradsha? We'll come up with something. I'm going to the moon. I don't think I'd like the moon. No moon. I want to start over with Sensei. Well, stay out of this, Pipsqueaks. You're going to have nothing to lose. Stupid little twerps. Enough of your PDA. Oh, dear, dear. What about you? I'm staying here. You're not even going to think about it? Blues would say Yuke is right. Oh, okay. So, all right. Is this, Blue Zoe site. Yeah, I think Topaz would too. I'm taking one of you with me. Who picks to go to the moon? Hey. You started to say something before I spoke. Well, no, I didn't. Yuke's going to come up with a plan. Come with me. Well, no, this isn't what Rutile used to look like. Brings back memories. Rutile is scarier than the Lunarians. Oh, wow. Wow. And then Cinnabar getting involved in all of this, whether they want to or not. Oh my gosh. I mean, Rutile just needs to know that Pad's okay. I am just floored. I am floored. Oh my God. Ah! Cinnabar getting involved. Bort making Cinnabar be a part of this. I feel like Cinnabar was going to say something about Kongo's loneliness, but maybe we'll come back to that. Chapter 66, Freedom. Freedom! Even we Lunarians are incapable of hating Kongo. You might call it an armor of love. What? Have you heard about that yet? The prince wanted to know. Huh? No, I haven't. That was my prince impersonation. Well, it was spot on. Now let me show you all to your quarters. Wait, what about the armor? Later. No! Now, everyone is waiting for you. This way. This is some freaky geometrics. Oh, wow. This is all very nice and luxurious looking with umbrellas and chairs and a hotel-like feature. Wow, this room is huge. We renovated your lodging facility, Great Phos, and added a room for each of your friends. That was very quick that they did that. Oh, I see. To solve your old problem with the swarms of admirabilis, we mixed the construction materials with a scent they don't like to make sure they wouldn't bother you. These individuals will be your concierges. If you have any complaints, like the pillows being too hard or the temperature being too low, please allow them to help. I need you to fix my friends that you ground into sand. Pad Pratch. Oh, yellow. Oh, wait. You see how efficient they are? These are the two that repaired your friends earlier. They have all kinds of qualifications. You're awake, yeah. Is that Pad Bradshaw? Oh, Lex, Benito, it's been so long. Oh, sorry about Chrysabarrel. It wasn't your fault. Okay, Alex still has the blindfold. 84. Right, always impressive. I don't think you've met these other two. This is Cairngorm, who used to live inside Ghost. And this is Goshen, one of the newest additions to the family. I've never seen you moving before. Elder Padpa. Regards. Yeah, you're looking well, Daya. I talked to HMIA about restoring the gems that got turned into sand. I was told it's going to take some time, but efforts will be made. As you can see, the Lunarians were able to fix Pad Pratsha, so I think we can be optimistic. Isn't that great, Elder Yellow? Did you hear that? Yes. The legendary Pad Pratsha. I was just playing hooky from the whole life gig. Oh, you do say cool things. Oh, let me borrow that one. I want to say it's about time we slept for 100 years. We have company. Yeah, Cairngorm is still like all of this is a little bit concerning. Is this about the armor? Yes. Phos says you're going to put everyone back, HMIA. HMIA, thank you, HMIA. Shh, don't provoke the crazy Lunarian. The psycho hates being called by that name. I just witnessed a fit of rage that melted a wall. Sorry, HMIA. Kongo emits a substance that evokes positive feelings in humans. Though created by humans, all of Kongo's abilities surpass their own. They feared this would make the machine an object of hatred and jealousy, and it would be scrapped as a result. So they added this armor as an auxiliary function. As we are all 1/3 human, it does affect us, albeit weakly. You all lived in close proximity to the machine for a long period of time, so its influence over you is great. You harbor an unconditional love for Kongo despite the obvious differences between you, which causes you, fragile, breakable gems, to instinctively act in pairs. You spread yourselves out over your admittedly small land to watch out for our attack. I would hardly call it an efficient method for protecting your race. In fact, this formation is more suited to protecting a specific entity at your center, Kongo. There is some truth to what the prince is saying, but we've just seen in the past several chapters that Kongo was like, you need to leave. And they were like, no, because it wasn't their love of Kongo that made them stay. It was their being pissed off at Phos and the others and all of that, and their relation to those feelings. I feel like the prince is just, there's a lot of manipulation with what he's saying, and it all sounds like it makes sense. But then also with like the pairs thing, Antarcticite was working alone, and then Yellow Diamond and were working in trios. Like, that's not entirely true. The reason Kongo lets this persist is that no attempt to change will ever succeed. Due to the machine's own nature, you instinctively take up that formation as if it were your atomic structure. And so, the only option was to let things stand as they were. Now, I have a question for you. Kongo has given you the one thing that was most valuable to humans. Do you know what that is? Beauty? Well, yes, that is valuable. Compassion? Pep? Mischievousness? Adorableness? Kindness? Yeah, that. The correct answer is freedom. The machine never locked up any of its precious gems. Kongo doesn't have much to offer you, but that gift was the most sensible. Perhaps it was a response to the severe restrictions that Kongo is subject to. Or perhaps the tool wishes you to be something resembling the human masters it once served. I don't know about that either, because Kongo seemed like he just explained in the last chapter set that he wanted them to be different and to like have a world that was different. So again, manipulation. Now that you have left the Earth's surface, Kongo's influence will gradually wear off. I want you to take back your senses and pride as mineral life forms and join with me. True freedom is something you should claim for yourself. That is all. You should get plenty of rest. Here's the thing. That is so manipulative and effective because we see it work in real life. But him saying, I want you to just become your own person again, true freedom is something you claim for yourself, but, also join me. Like there's such a layer of manipulation there. Like Kongo did not say, we're going to fight the Lunarians. Kongo did not say, we're going to go and get the others. Kongo was like, you do what you want. I'd rather you leave. Bye, go away, get away from me, and push them away, and they chose to stay. Whereas the prince here is like, well, you all need to just stay away from Kongo because he's taking your real freedom, and then if you join me, you'll get true freedom. And I was like, that is a manipulation! Oh my god. I want to take Pad and Yellow and launch a night attack. Almost all the gems will be at school during the night. If we show them how quickly you got Pad Pratcha moving again, we can deal a heavy psychological blow to every gem at once. Yellow and some Lunarians will create a diversion, and I'll use that time to talk to Sensei. Or if that doesn't work, I'll apply as much physical stress as I possibly can. If I were the Gemstones hearing Phos talk about this plan, I would have several red flags raising immediately. I cannot spare any personnel at night. The labor unions would complain! No! Like, they literally had a paradise with Hongo. They literally, now that we're thinking about it, had a paradise where everything was fine, and now it's like this. I mean, it was flawed. It wasn't perfect. But now you have, like, the prince, and the fact, I wish Phos would connect the fact that they don't want to exist anymore. The fact that they don't want to exist, they are just using the gems to get what they want, and then they'll leave the gems with nothing except this messed up place that's built off the backs of their kin. What? We did used to work at night in the past. I'm ashamed to admit it. Oh my god, but our society isn't like yours. With a population as large as this, individuals can't all keep their aspirations so high. We were always a pile of trash after all. It gets especially difficult after so many years without results. The masses need goals that are likely to be accomplished in the short term, with a stopping point easily in sight. Your night attack will have to be just the three of you. Will that be all right? I mean, everything that they just said is like the politics of going on right now, and I have to live with this. So this is all painfully real, where the prince is like, well, we haven't attacked you at night before because our labor unions are like, we're not going to work at night. And we have to, we have to appeal to the masses with short-term goals and short-term results because that'll get people working and keep on doing it. That is... And also, I'm like, Phos, that's what he's doing to y'all right now. He gave you a short-term fix with making Pat okay. And now, to get you all to come along with him. Oh my god. Oh, Prince, please let me go with the noble Phos. Cicada. You're the only Lunarian with a conscience. Your prince is trash. Only to operate the machinery. Don't evaporate on me. Oh. But... don't evaporate on me. Isn't that the goal, is to eventually evaporate and go into nothingness? Like the dog Shiro did? As for your request that we restore the gems we ground into sand, there are a couple things I'd like you to understand. Ooh. Yeah, this chapter is called Freedom. And now we get to the chapter called Cairngorm. I love that the prince is in his like man-spreading form here of, let me explain to you how this is. The bottom line. Oh, I love that paper like casts that shadow. Is that we can restore any gem of hardness 5 or greater. Hardness 10 will be relatively easy. That would be the diamond family. It won't go as smoothly with 9, 8, or 7, but it will be possible. We should be able to barely manage 6 and 5. But any gem 4 or lower, you'll just have to do without them. That would be... We're going to go back to the beginning and see which gems that would be. I think Cinnabar is obviously one of them. Phos is maybe one of them. The pieces of you gems have been strewn across 5 satellites in addition to this moon. Any mineral that's 4 or softer will be ground down further from the friction of being rubbed against the other gem particles. Furthermore, the main components of these satellites' crust are plagioclase and pyrogene minerals that have been the hardness of 5 or 6. Constant contact with these materials would have reduced the soft gems to particles too small to be seen with the naked eye. When retrieving the sand, even the most delicate movements will cause the particles to float up in the air. They'll drift for long periods of time over great distances, and most of them will be carried into space. With our technology, traversing the vast reaches of space to retrieve those microscopic particles would be impossible. Softer than 4, fluorite, spherulite, Phos's head, and Antarc. So Antarcticite's a no-go. At this point in time, I can only promise to restore gems of a hardness of 5 and above. Should I proceed? Yes, please do. Very well. Well, Phos, it's our only choice. So the whole reason that Phos got to the moon, the whole reason we started this betrayal was to bring Antarcticite back and ghost quartz. They didn't say ghost quartz couldn't be brought back, but Antarcticite's a no-go. Not possible. Which honestly, Antarcticite loved Kongo so much, I don't think they would want to be brought back at the betrayal of Kongo. I think that's, again, lapis lazuli overriding Phos, because I feel like Phos before has had Antarcticite in the back of their mind being like, Kongo wouldn't want me doing this. And now it's like, well, everything you're doing, Phos, would make Kongo pissed. And Cairngorm kind of sees it. Oh, wow. Who is this? Oh, this room that's shedded in light and darkness. You can't go in there. Yes, I can. It's the middle of the night. Oh. I assume this is urgent. Is it really impossible to restore gems softer than 5? I'm sorry. I'm ashamed that I cannot undo what I have done. You could at least bring Antarc back. Could you at least bring Antarc back? Have you some attachment to Antarcticite? Personally, no, but I know someone who does. With Antarc back, Phos will be more stable. The idiot will make fewer mistakes and be easier to control. I'm pretty sure that would be good for you, too. Oh, Cairngorm, why you got a death wish? That is useful information, but unfortunately it is not possible. Are you sure? If we had the technology to put everything back the way it should be, we would have solved all of our problems. Then would it be possible to cover me in a synthetic Antarc? I mean, Cairngorm was inside of Ghost Quartz. So if Cairngorm is naturally okay with being surrounded by a gem, then I get that. I get that in a sense, but oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I'm glad that the prince wasn't lying when he said they couldn't bring the ones 4 and below back, but also I'm like, Cairngorm, why would you tell him that you can control Phos more with Antarctic? Like, you are admitting that you understand that the prince is controlling all of them and that this is all a big farce. Like Cairngorm admits that, but they just go along with it. That way, I could be Antarc. I do think we could do that. But why would you need to? Why? Why? I have to protect Phos. Why? Because that's what I was told. By whom? By my old self. Oh, which is ghost quartz. You were a double-layered quartz, weren't you? Pardon me. The inclusions in your hair crystals shouldn't have any effect on you, but... Well, just aha. There are still some in your eye. Do you remember having them changed? What? No, but I can't imagine Kongo would forget to exchange your eyes. There must have been an interruption. This abnormal devotion you feel is likely caused by your predecessor, whose inclusions are still there in the irises of your eyes. The outer gem was stripped away, and you were finally released from your prison, but you were still bound by the chains of loyalty that had already been forged. Your winter duty, the role you now occupy, in the end, you are always playing the substitute. Such manipulation. No one realizes that your pitiless predecessor is controlling you from deep inside your eyes. No one even senses that anything might be wrong. Your predecessor is forcing you to be inordinately kind and cooperative towards Phospholite. You can think your own thoughts and fight all you want, but the final decision is never yours. The endless cycle has exhausted you, and now you would rather become Anarcticite. You want to discard yourself. Am I wrong? Oh my God. I mean, there's a part of me that, again, the thing that's so terrifying about the prince is that there's part of what he's saying that's probably true, but then there's the other part that's like, maybe Cairngorm does care for Phos and lapis lazuli and doesn't want to admit, and they're just projecting through ghost quartz as a means, but then he brings up this and it offers a reason for it. How did you... I know a thing or two about curses. I decline your request to turn you into Anarcticite. The real you is the color of our world's beautiful sky. Oh, wow. Wow. So it's almost like the prince is encouraging, again, by saying you need to fix your own problems and get your own freedom, encouraging Cairngorm to carve out the parts of Ghost. But the parts of Ghost that are getting carved out are that compassion, right? Oh my gosh. I would accept a request to remove the quartz from your eyes. If you want to be free, then wait here. I'm going to get my tools. Oh my God. Oh my God, that bottom panel and their face and how terrified they look. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm not going back. Oh, it just threw its arm off. I'm not going back. Oh. What? I'll take care of it. Holy shit. It ripped its eyes. Like Cairngorm ripped their eyes out. They're lying there. They ripped their eyes out. I mean, on the one hand, that is terrifying. On the one hand, holy shit. On the one hand, that is terrifying that there was a part inside Cairngorm that was still linked to Ghost Quartz that would have died and that wanted to cling to life. And you can't blame that Ghost Quartz for doing it. And then there's a part of you that's like, you want Cairngorm to be able to be themselves and to not be influenced by someone else. But then there's another part of you that knows once like Ghost Quartz was so kind and compassionate and Cairngorm was not. Once that's gone, they're going to be so cold and heartless. And it's like, it's such a double-edged sword. Oh my God. Oh yeah, it's morning. It's morning, right? That's the thing. The thing that lights up the sky, the color of the sky tells you what time it is. And when it says ding, it opens. And I get on. So an elevator. This up and down tube sure is convenient. I wonder how it works. I assume Cicada was moving it. But there's one on the other side too. Cicada sure is busy. And maybe there's a lot of cicadas. Do you think Phos is okay? The poor thing just stopped moving after we talked about restoring the others. Yeah. I want to help Phos feel better about Antark and the hardness thing, but I don't know how. What's the ding for? I think it means we're here. Oh! So there are multiple ones. Oh, you're a twin crystal too, Cicada. This Jim is asking if you're an identical twin. Oh, no. People say we do look alike. A little. But this is the prince's attendant, Bee. Oh, Cicada, Bee. They're all bugs. Anyway, Honorable Dia, Noble Ame. How is the great Phos do? Oh! Well, good morning. Is everyone here? Oh, I like that only the eyes open is the pearl. Looks like we don't have anything to worry about. What a relief. No, not everyone. Well, good morning. Well, let's go bust up Sensei right now. We don't want Sensei getting lonely. So we have to hurry and make sure there's nothing left of our old mentor. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hey. Oh, wow. Oh, and the alloy spurting out like blood a little too hard. Sorry. We're going to get Sensei to stop being broken and start praying. Remember? So what will happen if we break Sensei beyond repair? Everyone gets made into sand. That's right. If you mess this up, it's not just Antark we're not getting back, it's everybody. You want to make sure everyone suffers like you do? No, I don't. So keep a cool head and tread carefully. That's right. I hate all of this anger inside of Phos and Lapis. I hate all of this anger inside of them at Sensei and possibly the guilt that they feel towards themselves. I'm glad that Pat is here to be somewhat of a anchor. So your plan, if you, Yellow, and I go back at night, I'm sure we can take them by surprise. But that's assuming the things haven't changed down there. Who back on Earth knows what you're up to? I told Cinnabar everything, and Euclase is on to me. Uke, huh? Then Cinnabar's probably already been interrogated, and they'll know everything by now. It's too dangerous to fill in the gaps with guesswork. We should send some Lunarians down first to assess the situation and give us a report. Yeah, that's good thinking. Which means talking to Hmia again. I really wish I didn't have to. The night attack, I actually don't want to go. That creep is super intimidating. It's too scary. I liked it. Phos I don't like it, but Phos just kind of ignored what Yellow Diamond was like. I don't want to go. Like, Phos just ignored them. And of course, Cairngorm's going to show up being all by themselves and not have the ghost quartz anymore. If you like, we can take a message to the prince for you. Oh, really? You're awesome. You're ignoring me. But yeah, I like Yellow Diamond's like, you're ignoring me. If we want to avoid pointless battles with our friends, we're going to need your talents, and I'm counting on you. Oh, well, since you need me. Such a pushover. Uh-huh. Another thing. We should bring somebody to keep an eye on you and stop you from going berserk like you did a minute ago. Oh, me. I want to go too. Of course, that should be the ever-stable Cairngorm. The ever-stable Cairngorm. The ever-stable Cairngorm. Yeah, about that. Wait, where is Cairngorm? Still asleep? Can you tell if Cairngorm's still in bed? The Honorable Cairngorm has taken up residence elsewhere and will be living at Maison Stranica beginning this afternoon. Huh? Please, this way. Oh, wow. With, again, it's not a sexual costume with the bikini top and the thing and the sheer over it with the boots, but it does look A little bit harem-y. A little bit. You took off your powder. Yeah. I was told I look better this way. Told? By who? By who? Who else? Wow, and their eyes are different. Oh, right. Anyway. Lapis's hardness is 5, right? Once we get the body back, I can give you the head. Really? Well, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's not my head. You don't care? Nope. Because didn't Ghost Quartz care about Lapis? I mean, Cairngorm said they did, but didn't Ghost Quartz too? And the next time we go back to Earth, I want you to come as my assistant. I don't want to. But could you anyway? Please, 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 please. Oh, not this again. I'm not going. We're ready for you, Phos. Wow. Thanks for bringing me to the moon. Oh my God. So what are they doing? What? Oh, the prince has arrived. Have you chosen one? I just really don't know anything about clothes, so you pick for me. All right, then we'll take the sweetest, frilliest designs you have. Let's see them. I don't like frilly. Then make up your own mind. It will be practice for taking back your identity. Identity? This one, I guess. Really? What? What are you saying? You got a problem with my choice? You're mocking me, aren't you? This is why I told you to pick. No. I didn't expect it. It's very you. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, okay. Okay, so Cairngorm and the prince. Oh, whoa. Oh, my. Oh, the plot thickens. Constancy. Oh, it's you. You're still here? Yeah. Oh, you made this? Not bad. Master, I'm honored. These are our fashion designers. This one here, despite being my personal designer, only makes me a few outfits once every 100 years. And this one, just do it yourself, be fine. My name is Kieta, and I'm not neglecting my work. Morning already? Oh my God. It's just, you know, when you have infinite time, it's hard to set any production goals for yourself. The prince's closet is full and there's no need for any style upgrades. But this is different. This is the first time our prince has taken a liking to a gym. Stop babbling. It's a sassy little one, too. It's so new and fresh. You're runtier than me. It's magnificent. So this is the image you want. Okay. Can I make it totally different? We'll do it. Do whatever you want. Well, now that's settled. Kima, dear, make all the arrangements, Kay. Master. We are currently preparing new clothes for your 7 friends as well. This designer is responsible for that undertaking. I'm Kima. I'm the main director here at Stranica. Do you remember me, Phos? Oh, well, you were unconscious. I'm going to give this everything I've got, so look forward to it. You're right. It's time, my prince. I'm going back to my meeting. You go home and get plenty of sleep. It will help the adhesive. Good night. Get the left arm stabilized before bed and wrap it 5 times with number 11. Holy shit. What? The moon has really come to light since you came here. We're developing new technology to recover and restore the sand, construction, design, fashion. There are signs of change and progress in every field. Like Kieta, who had all grown tired of the way things were. You have my thanks. It may be that this will lead to the birth of new technology beyond anything we've ever imagined. I'll send out some scouts in 7 days. I got Utena vibes with Cairngorm and the prince, and that's all I can say. But the idea that the prince, that Hachia came in and convinced Cairngorm to discard that part of themselves, saying that it wasn't tied to their identity, whether it was or not, and now they're like, with this gym, with Cairngorm, like they're dating them or whatnot. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Wow. And that's that. And those are the findings of the 5 reconnaissance missions we've conducted in the last 30 days. The reports indicate no significant change has taken place. Well, that's ridiculous, except for one. What? The gyms have changed into winter uniforms. Nobody cares. I bet it's deliberate. I can never guess what Sensei's thinking, but it seems like the kind of thing you would do. Change clothes for the season? No, not that. Well, we won't know for sure until we go and see for ourselves. Yeah, well, wait a minute. I can't do it. I can't go fight Sensei. You said you wanted to go bust up Sensei, so I guess that love effect or whatever it has worn off for you. But I'm nowhere near that. Phos is abnormal in every way. You can't compare yourself to that. You don't want to you do not mince words. Well, come on, Pad, don't you care? We're talking about finding Sensei. I'm shaking all over. I gave up. I owe Phos too much. I'm going to give everything I have to accomplishing Phos's goals. Well, Pad. See, I think that right there shows that what he said about the field of kindness or whatever is not entirely true, because Yellow Diamond still likes Sensei, and Phos's suspicion and hatred have just consumed them. And Pad's like, well, I'm pretty new. I'm basically a neutral party. I don't have any options. Where's Cairngorm? Wasn't Cairngorm supposed to come with us? Apparently getting touchy-feely with HMEA was more important. So Cairngorm's not coming. It makes absolutely no sense. What could anybody like about HMEA? The face? Well, okay, that is a nice face, but on the inside, ugh, well, look who's talking. Like, why are these gyms getting all flirty and stuff and having, like, attractions? That was not a thing until we got to the moon and got involved with these Lunarians who are tied to humanity. I mean, at least not openly. I would argue that they have had attractions to one another. I mean, Rutile and Pad, but it is what it is. It'll be easier to move around in a smaller group. Besides, if we don't leave half of us here, they'll suspect we've turned on them. Just 3 of us then. Let's get ready to go. I can't believe Cairngorm is with the prince. That still is blowing my mind. Wow. And then they're all like, Pad's outfit showing off the parts that have been replaced so that Rutile can see that. And Yellow Diamond. Phos, hurry up and let's get this over with. I don't want to fight. They're on to us. Oh, Rutile. No one's here. Phos is a big dummy. Why are you so mean to Coney? You're unbelievable, you little ingrate. Frankly, I think something's wrong with you. But I'm doing this to help. Where's Sensei? And who is it you're helping? The Lunarians? Bye! Oh, okay. Wow, I do like the Phos Lapis, like they look like a knight with the sword. I'm 1,000% sure this is a trap. If I look through that door, I bet Bort will pop out of it. Okay, calm down. Cool head, tread carefully. Billy, pillow fight, filament, flop, flop, stupid Phos, what a loser. You little, oh yeah, Rutile. Come on, stop. Pad Pratchett is awake. Isn't that a good thing? Come on. Oh, no. Yellow. Whoa, that's not what it looks like. I just want to know what happened to all the gyms who got taken. Oh, my God. Oh, Pad, not good. You're going too far. Where is Sensei? You don't need to protect that machine. It isn't even alive. Sensei's just a tool. So what? So what? Sensei's the reason we've had to fight for so long. The Lunarians aren't getting what they want because Sensei is broken. You can't trust anything the Lunarians say. But it makes sense. You just want to believe it. Something has to change. You only think that because you were weak. I'm doing this for all of you, coward. Don't make this our fault. Oh my God. See? Look how badly you're hurt, and Sensei still hasn't come to help you. That's all you amount to. That isn't living. Oh. Oh, Cinnabar. Oh my God. Oh, but Pad. Oh my God. Oh. Oh man. Is Pad just gonna go on a rampage? I don't know how I feel about this. Oh my God. And they got cut by Bort. Oh my gosh. Oh, and the hair and everything. Pad got chopped in half. No, Phos got chopped in half. Cinnabar's in a crumble. Bort has it all over them. This isn't what you really wanted to do. We'll find a way to move forward where no one gets left behind. We'll think of one together. But there's no going back. Anyone softer than 5, me included. We need you for our future. Oh. Oh, wow. And there's Cairngorm. In that bitchin' diva outfit? Are you joking? Oh my God. I mean, they look stellar. They look incredible, but also they look terrifying. And with the double-edged sword, what the fudge? Oh my God. Oh, oh! Oh! Oh. Oh, wow. You've recovered the 3 of them. Then let's go back. Holy shit. Well, that didn't go well at all. I want to go back. I want to go back to that chapter because there was so much that happened and I wanted to get through it. So yeah. So Phos got taken by Bort and was like, no, this is stupid. Rutile, the fact that Pad hesitated and couldn't hurt Rutile. And so they could have stabbed Rutile, but they couldn't do it because that would have hurt them. So they backed up. And then Rutile, and then Pad just smashed through Rutile and said, and that's all they could say. And Yellow Diamond's like, I just wanted to see what had happened on the moon. I feel so bad for Yellow Diamond because they realized just how bad things were. And then Pad is like, my thing is, are the inclusions and the things that they replaced Pad with to bring Pad back to life, is that really Pad entirely? We don't know. Has Pad always been this way? Is the stuff the Lunarians did for Pad, is that what swayed their loyalty to the point where now they're loyal like Cairngorm is? And then, of course, Bort's like, we can't trust you. And then the sword that Phos uses cuts through Bort, which is terrifying. And so as Bort's about to get hurt, that's when Cinnabar stepped in. But Pad cut through Cinnabar. Cinnabar's really soft, so they just spread all over the place and got on Bort's hair, and Bort's hair cut through Phos. I'm guessing they left Cinnabar and Bort there, and they just gathered up Phos and Yellow Diamond, and then Pad came with them. The thing about it is, Euclase gets near them, and Euclase is like, look, we don't care what you did. We want you here. Like, we don't care that's in the past. We want you to come back. But then Cairngorm comes down looking like an effing diva. Like, Cairngorm is the messenger from the prince. Cairngorm, basically the prince was like, oh, Cairngorm, I like you better than Phos. You're going to do that job better than Phos is going to. So they came down, crunched up Phos's face so they couldn't talk, which is something Cairngorm would never have normally did. They all shot arrows. We see Bort grabbing, it looks like Cinnabar, and retreating. Okay, we can see that. And we see a bag full of Rutile and all them and them retreating. So Yellow Diamond comes back. They grab up Phos. Okay. All right. And they're like, we recovered all of them. Oh my God, this volume. Holy shit. So what do you like on the inside, Coney? What color are you? Are you clear? I can't give you specifics, but I do have some transparency. Those youngins adapt fast. It'll be a while before I can call Sensei Coney. Hey, there's one of young Jim who still can't do it. Coney is pretty high bar to clear. Why don't you start with Kongo? Kongo, don't say it to me. Since coyly, this is going to take a while. Translation notes, Senior Lex. In the original Japanese, Goshenite addresses Alexandrite using the honorific of Payson, which is a slangy way to say senpai. Senpai is the title given to anyone who became part of the group before the speaker. Kongo Daiji Hisho Jizo Bosatsu. Kongo's real name is patterned after the names of Buddhist figures known as the Bodhisattvas. I know I can't pronounce it right. Anyone who has attained enlightenment but chooses to stay on earth in order to help others to nirvana or heaven. As previously noted, Kongo is related to the Sanskrit word Vajra and represents indestructibility. It is also the Japanese name of the diamond realm, which represents the unchanging cosmic principle of the Buddha and is depicted in a set of 2 mandalas known as the mandala of the 2 realms. The other realm, the womb realm, represents the active physical manifestation of Buddha in the natural world or earth. This brings us to the Jizo Botatsu part of the name, which is the name of the extant who is popular throughout Japan and whose name means earth treasury or earth womb, among other things. This particular one has opted to wait to go to nirvana until every occupant of every hell has managed to move on, which is terrifying. The Daijinsho part of the name appears to be original, meaning great mercy crystal. Oh my God, we got Jim Jesus over here. B. In keeping with the insect theme, the translators have opted to translate the name of cicadas lookalike to bee. The original name is ape, which is Italian for bee, but is also Ainu, which is an indigenous language form of Japan for fire. Maison stranica. Maison is French for house, and is a word used that is fairly commonly in Japan for an apartment complex and the like. Stranica is the possessive form of the Russian word for wanderer, i.e. wanderer's house, but the Japanese could also be rendered as sutra nika, where sutra is Indonesian for silk, and is related to the word Buddhist in Buddhist scriptures, and nika from the Arabic for marriage. Oh, well, you know, since Goili, unable to call Kongo by anything less formal than sensei, Zircon ends up combining sensei Kongo and Connie, or Kon-chan, into Senko-chan, which may be put in Japanese readers in the mind of a cute little stick or a coil of incense, possibly of the insect-repelling variety. With the Lunarians, the translators attempted to replicate this effect by using the name Senskoili, which hopefully sounds like incense coil. Wow. So Padparatsha, Yellow Diamond, and them, and Euclase and Jade and them, and then being separated. Holy shit! So going back to the very, very, very beginning, this volume was insane. I'm in awe, insanity. So basically the ones we can't bring back are Phos. Phos cannot be brought back if they're gone, which is the biggest red flag in this entire series. The biggest red flag. Sphene's right on the edge there. Cinnabar cannot be brought back. So, yep. So Antarcticite, nope. Ghost Quartz. I don't know what was Ghost Quartz's hardness. So Ghost Quartz hardness is 7. So yeah, so Ghost Quartz could be brought back. By all means. They could be brought back if they wanted to, but Cairngorm's like, no. And I felt for Cairngorm in this volume because they were struggling so much with their identity and with what they wanted versus what Ghost Quartz wanted. And so on the one hand, I felt for them wanting to separate from Ghost Quartz. I get it. But on the other hand, I'm like, now what? You know? And the idea that Bort and Cinnabar are probably, I like Bort and Cinnabar teaming up. That's awesome. I love that concept that you have the strongest gym and the weakest gym teaming up, which is amazing. But also Phos just like completely just ignoring Cinnabar and everything. Like just, they're not Phos anymore, which is so sad. They aren't the Phos we knew, and it's horrifying. But yeah, if Cinnabar, I feel like Cinnabar and Phos being the ones they can't bring back is the biggest red flag that I'm like, is this going to be like Romeo and Juliet where they both die by the end? I don't know. But this volume was incredible. And ever since volume 7, it's just been such a wild ride, y'all. But I want to read volume 10 so badly, but I am going to at least wait to read the comments from volumes 1 through 5 and volume 6. I'm going to at least see those and then go from there. But incredible. Incredible. Anyway, so I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about this volume down below and all of this madness. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on it, but I am floored. This manga is absolutely incredible. So let's see where it goes. In the meantime, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with more of Land of the Lustrous.